Hello and welcome to Knit All the Yarn podcast. I'm Lisa and I'm coming to you from Michigan. I got my coffee in my Swifty mug today. Swifty. Got my pumpkin spice creamer. This is episode 294 and today is February 14th, 2025, Friday. Happy Valentine's Day. This is my YouTube channel where I share my knitting, crochet, cross stitch, whatever crafty thing I'm up to. Today we have all knitting today. I have 2 finished objects and 4 whips. Yeah, I cast on some socks. Surprised? I will have all the show notes right down there in the description box. I will have links to where you can find me. I'm most active on Instagram. I'll have my Ravelry group down there. It's kind of quiet right now, but I plan on doing Knit All the Stripes during the summertime. So stay tuned for that. What else is down there? My email, Ko-Fi if you would like to donate. I have the links to all the things. Bags, projects, project pages, yarn shops, patterns. I think I'm repeating myself. All that good stuff will be right down there for you. I will also share reading and watching later, and I have a couple of things over here that potentially will be cast on this week / this weekend. So we will show that. Yeah, I think that's it. Like I'm forgetting something, but here we are. All right, finished object. Number 1. I finished them. Woo! These are my Night Owl fiber socks for February. She's doing a knit along where if you knit a pair of socks, I think it's just socks with her yarn, 1 pair a month. They have to be cast on the 1st and finished by the end of the month. And you have to email her a picture of your socks, of your finished socks. And yeah, if you do 12, you get a free skein at the end. I'm all for a free skein of yarn. I think it's like a custom colorway too. I think, I don't know, or you pick one. I'm not sure. Yeah, and if after like every quarter you get a coupon, so that's gonna be tempting. This is Beets Bears Battlestar Galactica. I've had this in my stash for a long time. I know I think Maddie from We Share Needles knit it. And I'm like, I want that, and I bought it, and then I put it in my stash, and there it sat for years and years and years. So I did the heels in Lovelo did it. I don't know what color that is. Angry Rhino. It's one of her gray ones. It's not the Naked Hippo. It's the next one that's darker. I think it's Angry Rhino. All of my socks today are on, I'm using US 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter, 64 stitches, 15 rounds of Knit 2 Purl 2, and pattern vanilla socks on Magic Loop by the Crazy Sock Lady. I do mine Magic Loop cuff down, heel flap and gusset. Love it. I think I did 70 rows for these, for the leg. 70 or 71 plus the 15, so these are long legs, as you can tell by my sock blockers. These are for me. And yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and this is pair. I could tell you that too. This is pair number. I always forget to write this in my show notes. Just a second. I think it's pair number 9. Yes, pair number 9. I gotta write that down. Pair number 9. And I started these February 1st and finished them February 11th. They were on my needles for a little bit, more than usual, but that's because I paused and worked on my dad's slippers. So that's that. Pair number 9. I'm getting behind the crazy sock lady. That's okay. I think she's got 12. So I'm a few pairs behind. That's okay. All right. And that's the only socks that I finished this week. Just one pair. All right. Now this one we're going to have a chat. Oh my. So I know I was telling you, I'm doing the Gnome. I haven't posted the pictures on Instagram yet. Nope, I didn't. I need to do that. I always like take my pictures, then I'm like, okay, I'll post it later, and then I'm like, oops, didn't do that. So Imagine Landscapes is doing a gnome knit along where you knit one of her patterns. One gnome a month. And this month, oh man, it was a challenge. I almost threw in the towel. I was so mad. This pattern was difficult. And I know I said last episode, I'm like, oh, I'll make the mini one, and then maybe next month I'll make the big one. Nope, we're not doing that. I don't think I'm making that big one. And until I see a tutorial for the hat on this gnome. I thought the socks, the little feet, were going to be the hardest part. No, no, no. It was the hat. The first thing. Oh, it was awful, guys. I'm not going to lie. So this is the Imagine Landscapes Someone to Write Gnome About mini. I used the mustache yarn kit that Amie from Happy Little Yarn gifted me. Now I'm glad it's really cute, so it's kind of worth it, but I don't think I would ever make this again. Never, ever, ever. Okay, ready? Now it's cute and all. Now those socks were difficult too. The body was pretty easy. Beard easy. Gnome. Well, the beard was kind of picking up the stitches to do that bind off. It looks a little messy. I don't know if I didn't pick it up right. I don't know. It's fine. So you got his little beard and his little nose and the hat. The hat has some errors, so we're just gonna look at it from afar. Yeah, I messed up like right there. You can see the little oopsie. I think I dropped a stitch and I tried to pick it up and it didn't work very well. So we do this and you can't see it. Magic. So I just used US 1.5s for him. I think you need a 1 and a 1.5. I'm just like, nope. I don't even have a one needle because I do all my socks on 1.5s. I stuffed him with yarn. I got his little socks. Now you see some pink showing through because I stuffed him with yarn, and this one I used lighter colors. And yeah, I think I stuffed him too much. I don't know. It's fine. See, there's a little pink showing through there. Those little socks. You can see it right there. Oh my, those things were so fiddly. And I'm tempted. I'm like, what do you guys think? Should I count these as pair, I guess in this case, pair number 10 of socks for the year? I mean, they are socks, and there are 2 of them. Should I put that in my Instagram, like, reel? Pair number 10. I show these little guys. I mean, they are socks. There's 2 of them. So, yeah. I don't know. I didn't sew the hat on, so you could take the hat off, but I'm not gonna because it's kind of hard to get it back on. Yeah, I finished this on the Super Bowl. I don't talk about football here on the podcast a lot, but yeah, the Chiefs lost, and I was kind of sad. I wanted them to win. It's okay. I really wanted the Lions versus the Chiefs for the Super Bowl really bad, but the Lions didn't make it. That one hurt more than the Chiefs losing, but that's okay. So maybe next year the Lions will be in the Super Bowl. Let's cross our fingers. They've been doing so good and they're beginning so close, and it's just like, it's like so close they can taste it. But anyway, I finished him on the Super Bowl, and I was able to watch the Super Bowl because it was on Tubi, and my husband watched the game with me. So I was like, oh, this is awesome, but I wish they won. That would have been, it made it a little bit, you know, better. I did block the hat. It's kind of bumpy here, but it was worse than that when I blocked it, so. Would I recommend this pattern? No, because it was a bit much. This hat, I had to keep, I did it on magic loop, and your stitches, like your beginning of round moves because you're doing increases and decreases. So when I got it to, like, both ends were at the end of the needle, at that point I had to keep slipping a stitch over to do a certain decrease on each side of the needle, and it was a pain. So yeah, that made it really, really slow going. I don't know if I was doing it wrong or if they made this pattern for DPNs, because I feel like if it was on DPNs, it probably would have been easier. I don't know, the way the stitches shifted like in a spiral, and that was very confusing for me. But I got it. It just took a long, long time. It took me all day Friday just to make that hat. It took me 3 days to make this one. Did the hat on Friday. I did the body, the beard, the nose on Saturday, and I did the legs on Sunday. It took me all day to do those legs. It took me all day to do this. So yeah, he's cute, but very, very fiddly. So just FYI, you have to really, really want this finished objects to knit it, but maybe it was just me. Anyway, so that's my Gnome. Like I said, I filled him with yarn. So we will set him here. He's living downstairs with my other gnomes, with my other gnome. But for today, we'll set him right there. I'll scoot over a little bit so you can see him. Maybe once I finished all 12, I will put them all there, maybe. But yeah, I have to figure out a gnome for March, and I want it to be easy. I need an easy gnome. There's one from that book where it's just, you know, the regular body, a hat that's straight and pointy, and it has pockets that are sewn on his beard. I don't know the name of that one. I might attempt that one. I mean, I feel like doing those little pockets and sewing them on might be difficult, but I feel like that would be the only really hard thing in that pattern. So we'll see. And for October, I'm gonna do that little mini one. I think it's the Gnoodles. I've made a couple of them. That one I'm gonna do for October because mystery knit along. So I will go through the book. There is a really tall one that has like a really striped body and a hat that kind of curves. I don't know. I was thinking about doing that one, but it's just doing self-striping and just doing the hat plain. Don't add stripes in the hat, but I don't know yet. I'm still thinking. But that one has a weird decrease for the hat, so maybe I want to just do the one with the pockets. We will see. If you have a suggestion for a very easy gnome pattern by Imagine Landscapes, let me know. I think I have someone sent me a pattern for like choose your own adventure type of thing. I don't know, I'll have to look. Anyway, those are my finished objects. And that is my, whoa, that took forever. It took me all weekend to make that last weekend. And it stressed me out a little. All right. Whips. Whip number 1. Stitching Plaza. We have Harry Potter yarn, so we have a Harry Potter bag. This is yarn that Amie sent me to make her socks with. I don't know if I showed the yarn last week. I didn't know. Freckled Whimsy. This is her Spells and Things Club from year 2023. So this is an old one. February 2023. Fancy Flyer Hedwig. Parentheses. 12 stripe repeat. This was another one where I'm like, I'm knitting. I'm like, this is only 6. Why does it say 12? And then I kept knitting. I'm like, oh, here we go. Okay. Freckled Whimsy has done this before. I mean, these aren't like really bright and, you know, in your face. They're more neutral colors, but that like scummy yellowy green, oh, I love it. I'm almost at that color. So we got grays, browns, there's white, and that scummy green. And that is also the mini. Doing heels for right now. I'm going to wait to see when I get to the toe where my colors land. I was going to get these to match. I might have to do some yarn management to get them to match. We will see. Since there is a 12 stripe repeat, I might have to rip out a lot. So I don't know. I have to think about this. So here we are. I'm on the foot. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm almost at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I'm almost on row 100. I use those markers to count my rows. I will also link a video down below. I think for Amie socks I usually do 128 to 130, 120, 130 rows. I usually do 80 rows for her leg, or not her leg, 80 rows for her foot. I did almost 50 for these ones because I wanted this green stripe to go right there instead of right there. And I didn't want, I could have done like white and then the green. I don't know. I could have had the green here is what I'm saying. The green right there. So, I don't know if it's that green or yellow. I don't know. Maybe it's gold. Sometimes it's gold, sometimes it looks green. But here we are. This is the first sock. I do not have the second sock. I did not split it into 2. When it's a 12 stripe repeat, I don't usually do that because I don't want to rip a bunch out. So I don't know, these might be fraternal and we'll see where the yellow lands. 64 stitches. I use Chiaogoo red lace needles. Cuff down. Love them. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about these. So that's it. All right, and I did end up casting on another pair of socks yesterday because I thought we were gonna go to my parents this weekend, tomorrow, but that is not happening. We'll talk about that later, but we'll just say Mother Nature is not being kind this week to me and to people in Michigan. And probably people everywhere else. I don't know how big these snowstorms are. So this is Mountain State Stitches. Spun the Felici wheel. The Felici wheel is an app. called Spin the Wheel, and I put all my Felici colors in the colorways in that wheel, and I spin it, and then whatever it picks is the one I'm going to knit next. So that's how that went. I believe I showed this yarn last time. Gone Fishin'. This was from summer 2022. That's how old this is. I like to write the dates on my Felici. I wish I would write that on all of my yarn, to be honest, so I know how long it's like sitting in there, but at least with the Felici. Now I tore some of this yarn out because I wanted them to match, and now I'm afraid I don't have enough, but I'm pretty sure. I think I'll be all right. Here we are. I have a cuff. Oh, I know I pulled some out because this one has a sandwich in it. So we have this yellow and then this limey green, and then it goes back to this yellow. So I didn't want the sandwich to be broken up in the cuff. So that's why I tore it out. I remember now. So here we are. For the other Felici socks I did 10 stripes for the leg and 10 stripes for the foot. And that includes the cuff and the gusset. So as long as I have 20 stripes, I should be all right. So there it is. I do have 2 balls of it. That's why I feel like I'm running out, because look at the size, and I only did like 4 stripes. I think I pulled out 4 stripes or 3. So yeah, I got these to match. When I wound these up, they were in the right order. So I didn't have to rewind one of them twice, so that was nice. And the heels I'm going to do, this is also Felici. It's one of their solid colorways they did. Raz. And this was from the summer 2022. I think they had like 5 colors, solid colors that kind of like coordinated with all of their releases. I wish they did that this time, but they didn't. So this one, it's not the same. It's a little bit lighter than that blue in there, but we're gonna do it anyway. Just for the heels. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I have 13 rows. A cuff and 13 rows. I believe. Yep. I'm gonna see if my younger daughter wants these, Nally. If she doesn't, I'll see if Chloe wants them, and if she doesn't want them, then I will wear them. The magic of all 3 of us, well, I get my Natalie, her foot's a little bit small compared to mine and Chloe's, but she's younger, so I feel like she will grow into them if she really likes them. And yeah, same needle, 32-inch cord, Chiaogoo red lace needle, 64 stitches. US 1.5. 2.5 millimeter. All right, that's all the socks. Now we're gonna go on to the blankets. I've been working on my Cozy Comfort Throw, and I cannot zip this bag anymore, and it's getting kind of full. I need to, oh, it smells like my tough woolens. Don't mind me. Oh, it smells so good. I put some tough woolens on before I work on this. This is my evening project. I work on it about an hour a night. There might have been a couple nights where I didn't work on it. I don't know what nights those were, but I'm sure there was a couple nights that I did not work on it. This is the Cozy Comfort Throw by Molly of a Homespun House. Oh, it's getting big. Oh, This marker is marking my February progress for my stash tails. So obviously they're the same spot right now. So that's how much I got done this week. 2-3 inches. And that is my, whoops, Twin Mountain Handcrafts coffee cup progress keeper. This one's a yarn ball. You can't tell, but it's a yarn ball. Well, there you can tell. It's a yarn ball. I am using US 8s 5mm needles. I am taking scraps and winding them in a magic knot ball. And I'm taking a berry yarn and holding them together. I went through my scraps and I found some more scraps. I'm using like grams, like from like 1 to like maybe 7 grams in this. Most of them are from, this one is from my Cozy Memories. I wind off 5 grams, I do my square, and I usually have like 2 grams left. So I usually put them in here. That's what this one is. Found some scraps, some more scraps yesterday, so I made another magic knot ball. So I have one ready to go. And I started a new one from my Cozy Memories. So I'm just going through the yarn scraps. So this is Nomad. I got the 50 gram skeins. And I believe this is number 5. I can't see. I'm pretty sure it's number 5. So this is 250 grams. Oh, it still smells good. I wish you guys could smell it. Don't mind me stiffing my blanket. I have a project page for this. I don't remember how many stitches I did. 250 some. I'm doing applied I-cord edging, which every row I slip 3 stitches with the yarn in front. And I did an I-cord cast on. I still need to weave this end in. I have not done that. So yeah, I did an I-cord, and then I just picked up the stitches. It was so much, I mean, it took a lot of time, but when this is done, I just have to do the I-cord bind off. And it'll be done. I won't have to pick up. In the pattern, it has you pick up the stitches. And I wasn't about to do that. I did that with my first one. This one, I'm like, nope, we're not doing that. And if I make this again, I will be doing the same exact thing. Love it. It's so colorful. I love it with the white. The first one I made was with Felici scraps and KnitPicks Stroll Ash. That's a dark gray. It was like very moody. This one's like more cheerful. So yep, I worked on my blanket. I'll probably be working on this until my Cozy Memories. My Cozy, we'll talk about that in a minute. My Cozy Memories. That's what we're going to talk about next. Get in there. Yeah, I need to upgrade this bag, but I'm too lazy, so, you know, we just don't zip it anymore. So, my Cozy Memories blanket, like I said, I make a square, and then the scraps go into my Cozy Comfort Throw. This is from projects that I've made. So I take a sock. I finish the pair of socks, I wind off 5 grams, I put it in here. Now those scraps, I don't have a lot left. And I need to probably pause on this blanket because I want to be able to make an advent calendar for myself. I'd like to make it sooner rather than later so that I could forget what I put in there. in the Advent calendar. I know summer sock camp is in the summer, so it's not like I'm not gonna have 25 scraps. The way I knit socks, it's not a big deal. I just want to make sure that I make it earlier, so I'm like, oh, I don't remember what I even put in here. So we will see. I mean, usually like end of March, I'm kind of done with the blankets, so we'll see. So this is my Cozy Memories by Kemper Ray. I am doing 20 by 20 stitches. US 2s. And I did 7 squares. And I finished a row. This one was yarnable. And I'm also thinking about signing up for Yarnable again. Thinking about it. It's not open right now. Freckled Whimsy Halloween Club is almost done. So I'll just get one club from them. So I'm like, maybe I can get the Yarnable again? I don't know, we'll see. So this was one of the Yarnable ones from, I don't know. I had it for like 6 or 7 months. Don't know which one it is. This one is a Ruby and Roses. It's one of those from the Christmas minis I had. This one is Dragon Horde Yarns mini, Harry Potter mini. It's probably Crookshanks, the way it looks. This was Freckled Whimsy Halloween Club. Don't know from which one or the colorway name, but that's what that is. So that's 75, 76. So I have 78 squares. And I put the Valentine's Day one in there from Freckled Whimsy Yarn of the Month Club. And then this one is Pretty Twisted Yarns. I had a bright neon set. I made some scrappy socks for myself. I'm kind of sprinkling those in there. So there's one. Let's see. That's one. Yeah, I think I just have those two in there right now. So I'm sprinkling those in. Instead of doing like a bright rainbow, like right in the middle of my blanket, I'm just kind of. So I'm on row number 4. So if I finish this row, I'll have 100 squares. 100 out of 500. I'm doing 500 squares. 25 this way and 20 rows up. And yeah, this is gonna be for me, and it's a long-term project because I'm trying not to just like put random scraps in it. So, yeah. Oh, in the back. I am weaving in my ends. I like to weave them in when I have a 4 square. So the top row doesn't have them weaved in yet. So I've been doing kind of like 7 squares or like 1 square a day, but really I've been doing like, I think I did 3. No, I think I did 2 on Friday. I don't remember. Or we were home this weekend. Okay. So I don't know. I think I did 2 and 3 or something like that. So throughout the weekend I split it up and I pretty much do the whole week's worth on the weekend. Oh, I love this. I love this blanket so much. This is my favorite. This is my 3rd one. This one's for me. I made one for Chloe and for Nellie. This one's for me. Maybe I'll make one for my husband, but he already has a similar Cozy Memories. I did one a long time ago before I started knitting socks, and I had a lot of worsted weight yarn. I did worsted weight version of this, so technically he has one already, but So yep, that's my blankets. And that's all of my whips. Yep. All right. Do we talk about, let's talk about next cast-ons. Ooh, 35 minutes. It's gonna be a little bit longer today. I'm a little rambly today. So my next sock whip. Not sure when they're gonna be cast on. I don't think this is a spoiler anymore, but look at these. So this is the Freckled Whimsy Yarn of the Month for February. Yes, it looks like St. Patrick's Day color, so I'm like, wait a second. Keep Calm and Leprechaun. Love it. 6-stripe repeat. So these are going to be cast on. I'm going to do heels, toes, and cuffs in this green, probably. Because I have been with my other ones. And it seems to work out. Because this is, she's doing 25 grams minis now for her clubs. So, yeah. I think I usually have 10 grams left after heels, toes, and cuffs. And I do 15 rounds for my cuff. And yeah, I have 10 grams left. 5 grams for my blanket, and then the rest can go in my Cozy Comfort Throw. So I don't know when those are going to get cast on. You might see just a cuff next week. I really, really doubt you're going to see them finished, because I have 2 socks on the needles already. And this is all Eunice's fault. Therapy by Craft. I tried to do the jelly roll blanket. I did not like the join. I couldn't do it. It irritated me. Yeah, I couldn't do it. So she posted a video on YouTube. I did not. I gotta write myself a note. I don't think I posted that in my show notes. I will add that to the show notes. So it will be linked down below. She posted a video on how she does her jelly roll blanket. She does different sides. So the stitches are easily picked up. I'm like, that makes sense. And she does her join different. And it looks really, really easy. So yeah, we're gonna do some modifications. For weaving in ends, I'm not gonna do what the pattern said, because I remember doing that and I did not like that. So we're not doing that. I think they have you change like in the middle, like 10 stitches in, and then weave in your ends that way. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'll probably just weave them in at the end after I do a couple strips. If I do 2 strips and then I'll weave them in. I don't know. We're gonna see how that goes. So I haven't started it yet, but so I'm trying to figure out how to do for grams in and grams out. I need to figure this out. I have a scale. I don't know if it's big enough. Eunice says she puts her blanket in a basket on the scale and weighs it for each month and then weighs it at the end of the month. So then she knows how many grams she's added into it. But I don't know if my scale is big enough, and I don't have a basket that would fit on it. So I am going to take some Felici scraps. I'm going to make a Felici jelly roll blanket. It's going to be all Felici. What do you guys think? I have a ton of it, and I'm going to keep knitting. There's some more. So this is 108 grams. Some of them were already wound up for me. And then some I just wound up. 10, I think they're like 4 to 11 grams each. So I'm just gonna knit these. Don't know how long it's gonna take me to knit all this, but once I finish all of this bag, I will add 108 grams out of my stash. I was trying to figure out if I should do, I kind of want to do a DK weight one, but I do have more bear yarn. But I was like, I don't know if I have enough, and I don't want to buy more. So we're just going to do fingering weight single. And maybe once I finish this blanket, if I really, really love it, and I want a DK weight one, I'll buy more bear yarn later in the future. And since I tried to do the jelly roll blanket like a long, long time ago, I have 2 pairs of these. This is the needles I use for my coziest memories. I wanted to do the jelly roll blanket a long, long time ago, so I love these needles, and I'm like, I know I love these. These will work, and I just did not like the pattern, so we got a little avocado dude. So yeah, I have my needles, my yarn, and I got another stitch marker from Twin Mountain Handcrafts. Little coffee pot. So yeah, I'm all ready. This is gonna happen. Then I will have 3 blankets back on my needles. I was doing so good. I'm like, all right, I finished my DK Way Cozy Memories. I'm like, all right, I got 2 blankets. I'm good. Nope, we need 3. This will be a long-term project again. I have so much Felici scraps that are just sitting around, so why not, right? So yeah, if you were having a hard time with that jelly roll blanket and wanted to make one just like me, but that join, you just couldn't do it, check out the video. I will link it down below. I see there's a couple, at least one person that's like, hey, I'm making that blanket too, because that looks easy. So thank you, Eunice, for making that video. Yeah, all right. So that's it for the crafty things. I'm going to talk about reading and watching and life stuff here. Try to do it real fast. We got a longer episode today. So if you don't want to hear me ramble more, I will see you next week. If you want to keep knitting, I will sit here for a few more minutes. Keep going. All right, reading. I am still reading Harry Potter, number 5. I think that's the Order of the Phoenix. I think that's the one. Yep. Reading that on my Kindle before I go to bed. I'm listening to Kingdom of Ash. That is number 7 in the Throne of Glass series. I don't know. I probably listened to it a little bit this week. I could have listened to it more, but I didn't. It's like a 900-page book, so it's going to take me a long time. And I also, this is like a movie and a book type of situation we got going on here. So, Landscape with Invisible Hand. It was a movie we watched. It's from 2023. We watched it on Amazon. I believe it's on Amazon Video. And I'm like, oh, it's a book. So I started reading it. And I kind of wish I read the book first before I watched the movie, because so far they're very similar. So I was like, oh, I kind of already know the story. So. And the book it's a middle grade book, I believe, but there is some swearing in it. So I don't know. Maybe it's teen, young adult. Because I think they use the F word in there, so I don't think it's middle grade. Anyway, it's like 150 pages. It's very, very short. Sci-fi. We got some aliens. It's interesting. I won't tell you any more than that. If you want to know more, look it up, but yeah, I thought the movie was really good, so I decided to read the book. And I'm reading that on my Kindle, because the library had that. Check that one out with the library. Okay, watching. I told you the movie already. We finished Good Omens Season 1. I finished Rings of Power Season 2. So that's it. There isn't any more as of right now. I hope there is later on. I really like that show. My husband and I started Fallout season 1. It's pretty good. It's kind of gory. I think it's probably rated MA. I like it. I think it's based on a video game. I don't know. I don't know video games very much. And we are still watching Voyager together. We are still on season 2. I feel like we're probably almost done. But yeah, we're gonna probably watch a lot of that this weekend because Snowmageddon has started. So that's it for reading and watching. We'll talk about weather right now and life stuff. So Wednesday evening, we had it went from like a winter storm watch to a winter weather advisory. We got 5 to 6 inches Wednesday night into Thursday, like early morning. Kids did not have school on Thursday. Yes, Thursday, which was yesterday. They don't have school today or Monday. Monday's a holiday. Friday today is one of their teacher days where they have all the meetings. They have them. They used to be half days, but they changed it this year, and it's the whole day off. So every once in a while they have a Friday off, like maybe one a month ish, somewhere around there. So they don't have school today or Monday. So we have a 4-day weekend. They have a 5-day weekend, but my husband has Monday off, so he has a 3-day weekend. And we're getting more snow this weekend, like tonight and Friday or Saturday and maybe Sunday. Right now they're saying like 4 to 5 inches tonight through tomorrow, and maybe it changes all the time. I think another 4 to 5 on Sunday, but maybe it's like 2 to 3. I don't know. We're gonna get a lot of snow this weekend. So the snow didn't start till like Wednesday, like 3 o'clock-ish. So I was able to get groceries on Friday, and I stocked up on all the food so we don't have to go anywhere. So yeah. I'm happy about the snow. So I don't have to leave my house. So I'm gonna stay home this weekend, and I'm gonna knit for the next 4 days, and I hope I get a lot of knitting done. Yeah, I feel like this is probably the last round of, it seems like the end of February we always get like these massive like snowstorms, like, oh, you think winter's done? No, it's not. Ha ha ha. So I feel like after this weekend, it'll probably still be cold, but I don't think we're gonna get any more snow, like major snowstorms. We'll see. I could be wrong. Yeah. Oh, also, I gotta tell you a story. I got a story. It's like, I knew I was gonna tell. I have one story that I have to tell. So usually after lunch, my husband and I go for a walk. Depending on the weather. If it's really, really, really cold, like, I don't. But my threshold for cold is a lot lower than other people's. So, let's see. I'm trying to think of a temperature. It could be like, we'll go by feel like temperatures. All right. Feel like if it's like 5, I will still go for a walk. If it feels like negative, no. If the temperature is negative, if it's like negative 10 and it feels like negative 15 or 20, no, I don't go. But yeah, so we went for a walk, and we had a warm spell, so a lot of snow froze, and then, or not, some ice melted and then froze again. And so we had the sidewalks had some ice spots. And which is fine. Okay, I could see them. I could see the ice spots. I walk around them. It's fine. Well, Wednesday was, what day was this? Was it Wednesday? Or Tuesday? I don't remember what day it was. Maybe it was Tuesday. Yeah, it was Tuesday. So Tuesday, it snowed like a dusting of snow. So the sidewalks were all covered. So can you guess what happened? Can you guess what happened? So I could not see the ice spots. And I fell. I fell on my butt. I didn't break anything. My arm, I feel like I landed on my like shoulder and my arm because that kind of hurt a little bit. It was kind of sore for a couple days. I'm okay now. But I fell on my butt and I'm surprised that I didn't. Like usually when I do that, it's like my tailbone hurts, but I didn't. So yeah, no bruising. No, yeah, I don't have any bruising. I didn't break anything, so I got lucky. So now I'm like a little gun shy when it comes to walks. I did not go at all yesterday because we had the like 6 inches of snow. I'm like, I'm not walking through snow. But yeah, I think Wednesday we walked pretty much. I don't like walking in the road. I mean, most of the streets that we walk in, they're not very busy. There's one that's kind of busy, but it's like, I am not. So I have to choose, like, do I want to slip and fall again? Or do I want to take my chances with getting run over with a car? So yeah, we've been walking in the road the past couple days because I don't want to fall again. And now we got a bunch of snow, so I'm not sure how the sidewalks are looking. So we'll see. Yeah, that was nice. It's very graceful. It's been a while since I've actually fell on ice, so I guess I'll start the calendar over with days without falling on ice. I think I'm on day 3 right now. So yeah, that was not pleasant. And after that, I was like, I really want to buy yarn. Oh, the Joann thing. I guess we'll talk about the Joann store thing. We'll just have a long episode this time. So I was talking about last week or the week before how Joann's filed for bankruptcy again. And it started out, I think they were only going to close like 6 stores. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that doesn't seem like a lot, but all right. Like they're waiting for a buyer. I don't know all of the logistics of this. There's some meetings of some kind that are going to be happening today, I think. I don't know. But Thursday, was it Thursday? No, it was Wednesday. I don't know. I'm having a hard time with my days, as you can tell. They have, I think in the US, there's 800 stores. And they're closing 500 of them. This is not good. I feel like Joann is RIP. And it makes me sad. I have 2 that, I have one that's really close to me, and I have one that's like maybe a half hour, 35 minutes away. That's the one I used to work at. That one is closing. And this makes me sad. So now I'm like thinking, I'm like, I wonder, you know, the what ifs. You know, if I was still working there, would I be in the situation where I wouldn't have a job anymore? And ugh. It's kind of scary. So I feel bad for all those employees. I feel bad for all of us crafters that love Joann's. I don't work with acrylic yarn that much, but I do love that the option is there. So the big one is closing. The little one is open for now. I don't know. I kind of want to go there, but we got this snowstorm this weekend. And I don't want to go. I don't want to go to the snowstorm. And I don't think, they probably won't be having any like clearance sales because they're not closing. So my kids are upset because my daughter loves to crochet, and my youngest likes to, she likes to do pony beads and makes little creatures with them, like a weaving type thing. So we'll have to go to Michael's and see what they have. But yeah, that's kind of sad. So I'm sorry if you are in an area where all of your Joann's are closing, but I feel like that's probably what's going to happen. They're going to close a bunch now. They're going to close the rest later. I hope not, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Man. So yeah, with that, I've also wanted to buy yarn because, you know, in my head, I'm like, why are craft stores closing? Nobody's knitting or crocheting, so that means nobody's going to be making yarn ever again. And what am I going to do? You know, the downward spiral that all of us have if you have anxiety like me. So yeah, I'm kind of afraid of what's happening with like the yarn. Are people not knitting and crocheting anymore? Like, do they have like a set of people that do it and they're slowly dying away, so nobody's buying yarn, and so they're not going to make it anymore? Ugh. I'm trying not to think of that. I feel like that can't happen, but so yeah, I did not buy any yarn after my fall, but I really wanted to. So yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah. Goals. Work on my socks, work on my blankets, start a new blanket. So you might have 5 whips next week. 3 blankets, 3 of them will be blankets. Or maybe 4 whips. 3 of them will be blankets. We'll see. All right, I hope you're all hanging in there and you're doing well and you're knitting and crocheting. Because, wow, it's a lot. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, put them right down there. I do love reading them. And hopefully I will see you next week. Bye.